Aries. Welcome back to Starspoken Oracle. This is episode 10 of your Starspoken weekly reading, and today we are reading for Aries, for the week of July 8th through July 14th, 2026. You have spent the last 2 weeks charging, and this week the universe stops asking you to go faster and starts asking you to steer. That is a very different skill, and the card waiting for you at the center of this reading is the card of the driver, not the sprinter. Hold that thought, because the sky this week is built almost perfectly around it. Every week I shuffle the deck for all 12 signs and let the cards fall where they need to, and when your card turned over this week, it made me smile, because it is one of the most Aries cards in the entire deck, and yet it asks you for the one thing Aries finds hardest to give. Before we get to the reveal, let's look at what the sky is actually doing this week, because it shapes exactly how your card wants to be read. The cosmic weather. We are now in the deep middle of Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which runs through July 23rd. The first week of a retrograde is usually about surprise, the delays, the crossed wires, the sudden reappearance of old conversations. But the middle stretch, this stretch, is about depth. Whatever theme keeps circling back for you right now is not an accident. It is the retrograde showing you the exact spot that needs your attention before the month ends. Meanwhile, Venus is settling into Leo, where she arrived on July 4th. Hearts get louder and warmer under this transit. Affection wants to be expressed dramatically, generously, in full view, no more hinting. Mars is still moving through Gemini, pulling away from last week's electric meeting with Uranus. The shock waves of early July are fading, and what they leave behind is momentum you can actually use if you direct it. And then the week closes with its most important event, a new moon in Cancer on Tuesday, July 14th. A new moon is a reset, a blank page, and this one lands in the most emotional, root-deep part of the zodiac. For every sign, it marks the beginning of a new emotional chapter. Set intentions on Monday and Tuesday, the sky is listening. Your card reveal. Aries, take a breath. This week, the deck has given you the Chariot. Card number 7 of the major arcana. A warrior standing tall in a chariot drawn by 2 sphinxes, one black, one white, each straining to pull in a different direction. He holds no reins. He steers with pure will. Above him, a canopy of stars. This is not a card of speed. It is a card of control, and it has chosen you at the exact moment you need it. What the Chariot means for you. Here is the beautiful tension of this card, Aries. The Chariot is ruled by the sign of Cancer, the very sign hosting both this retrograde and Tuesday's new moon. The universe is being unusually direct with you. Victory this week does not come from raw force. It comes from holding 2 opposing poles, your fire and your patience, your ambition and your feelings, the push forward and the voice inside saying wait and refusing to let either one take over. Those 2 sphinxes are real forces in your life right now. One of them is the momentum left over from that wild Mars-Uranus energy, the part of you that wants to launch, send, commit, leap. The other is the retrograde, the part of your life that keeps circling back, asking you to review, repair, and reconsider. Most people pick one and lose the week to it. The Chariot asks you to hold both, and that is exactly the kind of impossible assignment you were built for. The charioteer wins not because he is stronger than his sphinxes, but because he knows where he is going. So the real question of your week is not how fast can I move? It is, do you actually know your destination? If the answer is yes, nothing can stop you before Tuesday's new moon. If the answer is no, this week will show you, gently or otherwise, that motion without direction is just noise. Areas of life. In love, the Chariot asks you to take the wheel without gripping it. If you are in a relationship, there may be two directions pulling at you and your partner this week, one of you craving change, the other craving reassurance. You do not have to choose a winner. Name both needs out loud and steer between them. The retrograde rewards couples who revisit old ground with new honesty. If you are single, Venus in Leo lights up your romance sector beautifully. Boldness attracts now, but boldness with intention, not impulse. Know what you actually want before you pursue it. In work and career, this is your power card. A project that has felt stuck in review or delay begins to respond the moment you impose structure on it. Make the plan, set the sequence, and drive it yourself rather than waiting for permission. One warning: with Mercury retrograde, double-check every detail you sign, send, or schedule. The Chariot loses only when it is careless. In money, discipline is the theme. This is a strong week to consolidate, to gather scattered expenses, cancel what leaks, and point your resources at a single clear goal. Avoid impulse purchases made for the thrill of motion. The charioteer does not stop for shiny things on the roadside. In health, your energy is strong but needs a container. Channel it into structured movement intervals, training plans, anything with measurable progress. And honor the Cancer undertone: hydration, rest, and actually feeling your feelings instead of outrunning them. A body under command is not a body under punishment. Your week, day by day. Let me walk you through the rhythm of these 7 days, because the Chariot rewards a driver who knows the road ahead. Wednesday, July 8th, opens with leftover static. You may wake restless, itching to force a result. Don't. Use Wednesday to map, not to move. Thursday the 9th is your first green light. Conversations flow better than they have in days, and one exchange in the afternoon shows you which of your two sphinxes is currently winning. Friday the 10th is the week's friction point. A delay or a change of plans will test your temper around midday. This is the retrograde doing quality control, not sabotage. The driver who stays composed on Friday earns the whole weekend. Saturday the 11th is for the body. Burn the excess fuel with real movement, because a clear body steers better than a caffeinated mind. Sunday the 12th turns reflective, and that is exactly right. Review your one-sentence destination, adjust a word or two, and notice how much calmer it makes you feel. Monday the 13th is preparation day. Quiet, deliberate, tying loose ends, writing the page I will ask you about in a moment. And Tuesday the 14th, the new moon in Cancer, is the still point of the entire week, the moment you set your intention and take the first controlled turn of the wheel. If you only get one day of this week exactly right, make it Tuesday. 3 journal prompts to keep beside you, one for each stretch of the road. Where in my life am I confusing speed with progress? Which of my two opposing poles have I been pretending not to hear? And if I could only arrive at one destination by December, which one would make every mile worth it? Hold those questions loosely through the week. The Chariot never answers under pressure, it answers at the reins, in motion, when your hands are steady. Your weekly guidance. Here is your concrete assignment, Aries. Before Tuesday, July 14th, write down one destination, a single goal for the rest of this summer, phrased in one sentence. Not 5 goals. 1. Then identify your two sphinxes, the force pulling you to rush, and the force pulling you to hesitate. Give each of them one honest paragraph in a journal or in the notes on your phone. When the new moon arrives on Tuesday, read that page, set the intention, and take the first small, controlled step, one email, one conversation, one decision. Not the whole journey. Just the first turn of the wheel. The Chariot does not ask you to arrive this week. It asks you to take the reins and prove to yourself that you, not your circumstances, are driving. And watch for a sign around the new moon, a moment when staying calm gets you something that pushing never could. That is the card confirming you are on the right road. Closing. So that is your week, Aries. The Chariot: willpower over force, direction over speed, victory through command of your own opposing forces. Your affirmation for this week, say it out loud if you can. I hold the reins of my own life. I move with power and with purpose, and every force within me pulls toward my chosen destination. Carry that with you, especially on Tuesday when the new moon opens your next chapter. If this reading resonated, tap the like button so the algorithm shows Aries readings to the Aries souls who need them. Tell me in the comments, which Sphinx has been pulling harder for you lately, the rush or the hesitation? I read every comment. And subscribe so you don't miss episode 11. It drops next Wednesday, and the energy shifts in a way you will want to see coming. Trust the timing. The stars have spoken.